Well, good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Arlington, Texas, and I am so excited to be here. And I'm also excited about something else. I'm going somewhere, but to be perfectly honest with you, that is not the most exciting thing. The fact that I'm going somewhere is not a real big deal because we're all going somewhere, but it's how I'm getting there that most excites me. And I want to share that with you. Some people call me a navigator, and I would have to say that in the proverbial life that we live and driving, I'm probably not the best navigational expert. Not saying that I get lost all the time, but I do get lost from time to time. But what I want to explain to you is that the navigational skills that our Father has blessed me with exceed kind of the natural realm. The place where I seem to bloom most is the navigation of life. I've been through some serious challenges, and I've been through some just absolute failures, things that I just thought that I should do and found out later that probably not the thing to do. But what I will say is that even with all of that, my journey, although it's been quite extensive and I should say I've had lots of experiences, but what I really have come to understand is that navigational skills in the life realm has been something that I have been blessed to hone, and I'm very excited about that because what it does is it gives me the opportunity to take what I've learned and create processes and design things that will help others. And this has been a challenge for many people because they get hit with something and it knocks them down, and man, they spend years trying to get up. And my situation that I've gone through, the conditions and the circumstances not always being the best, but no matter what has happened, I have been able to tap into something that has given me, a very clear vision to see, as my Abba does, the end from the beginning, and to not only see that end, but to see the clearest path to getting there that is going to make sure that when I get there, I can hold on to whatever it is. That used to be an issue for me. I mean, I could get some stuff. Getting stuff was never an issue. Starting stuff was never an issue. But for me, what was the issue is how to sustain, the momentum that I had garnered. I mean, I could get off the ground with an idea, a project, a design, a widget, a gadget, an invention, and I'm telling you, it would be going. But to keep that thing going was always an issue. I would always end back at the same place where I started, and it would seem as though, I couldn't even figure out what happened, and even with me going back and utilizing the strategies that I had learned, in school and in other classes and training that I took, I still would not be able to sustain that thing because something, some emergency, some perceived threat, or for that matter, a real threat would happen, and it would always knock me off course. And so I'd find myself having to start over with something new, not being able to keep that thing that I really believed I had been given to make sure that it did something for someone, whether it was a nonprofit or for-profit or for that matter, some sort of product. So I'm saying this to you this morning because I want you to understand it's not that I'm depending on my skills, okay, because my skills are, limited in that I'm only one person. But I'm telling you, the system has been crafted and forged through the processes that I've gone through, and it's been tried and tested. That system is absolutely working, and it's not just working for me, but it's working for others. Check the testimonials of the people who I've been working with, and they will share the same thing with you, that this system works. things that they've been trying to do for years that they could not get, to market, or for that matter, they could not bring to fruition, the ideas and the concepts that they had in their mind that they wanted to do. But the bottom line is that whatever those things were, it came to a place of where at some point they got in contact with someone that knew me, or someone that understood my system, someone that was working with our nonprofit organization that does personal, professional, and business development. They were able to tap into that system, and that system now is working for them. And it's clear. It's just 3 simple steps: research, educate, develop. That's it. I have to tell you that I don't have enough time this morning in my morning drive to our office to share the full breadth of how it works. But what I can tell you is those 3 simple things: research, educate, develop. Actually, I know it sounds simple, but it really is simply amazing, because if you follow the 3 steps and operate within those 3 things the way that the system has been designed for you to do it, you'll yield results, and you'll yield results every time, and you will be able to sustain whatever it is that you're doing, in a way that makes absolute perfect sense to you. And it will make absolute perfect sense to your funders. It will make absolute perfect sense to your board, because they will be able to see exactly what you're doing. We have this system that, in the system, we have this thing called backwards business planning. And I know that seems like, what the heck is that? Well, backwards business planning is simple to us because we understand how it works, but it is really something that I learned by reading the scriptures, and it's literally what God did. He saw the end from the beginning, and he planned for things before he put the things in place. And that kind of backwards business planning is a little bit challenging for some strategists and business consultants, because they depend on all of this independent data that they put together, that and they will try to make it relational so that it can give you a proper forecast. And those are good tools, and I do use those as well. But the backwards business planning component that I can't share with you right now because it's just not enough time, but there is a component in there that without it you will not be successful fully. You might achieve a level of success, but to actually have the amount of success that you need to have to make your business work the way you really want it to work, not just for you, but for people years and years after you. Whether you're going to have it as a legacy project where you and your family keep it forever, or whether you're going to package it and sell it, or, invite shareholders, whatever it is that you're going to do, you need to make sure that thing is still around. And in order for you to do that, you've got a backwards business plan. So, again, that's one thing that I absolutely can't share in this moment, but I can tell you this: the research, educate, develop system that we've designed here at Red Worldwide is something that works, and it will work every single time if you follow the navigational tools that we put in place. Well, again, I'm almost at my destination, but I'm just wanting to say this to you, that I want you to be very, very clear about something. You are designed to create something that is perpetual, something that will live on beyond you. And if you do it and do it well, then this conversation that we're having, someone else will be having it, but they'll be having it about something that you created. All right, you have a beautiful day. Again, one more moment, I should say 5-minute moment with Patience Rose.